Asia Pop 40.
We were actually just saying earlier that wouldn't this just be more interesting if it wasn't like an interview, but more of a just a roundtable discussion about stuff?
That's how interviews should be,
right? Yeah.
People forget that interviews are conversations. It doesn't have to be a list of
questions and
answers. As I see you with the list, I'm sorry.
So, what cartoons did you watch as a boy?
Rocko's Modern Life.
Wow.
Ren and Stimpy. Oh my god, and the dirty version too, like when they got canceled off of Nickelodeon, then we're like, yeah, screw it, we're gonna make the dirtiest stuff ever. Hey Arnold was another favorite. Actually, Hey Arnold is probably the reason why I became a romantic, because like the low-key romance between Helga Pataki and Arnold Shortman. Yeah. His actual last name is Shortman.
No, really?
Why do you think his grandpa always said Shortman?
Oh yeah, okay.
They never mentioned it. They were gonna make a movie talking about his last name, but they never made the movie. But his last name was short. I know, huge bummer.
Yeah.
I was the Rugrats. I'll freaking cry over if I watch that today because it's my childhood.
When you write songs, you're sitting there, and as you were saying earlier, putting pen to pad and whatnot, or finger to key.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy more? Writing for you, knowing that it's going to be you that's going to be singing on that track, or writing for someone else? Because I think one of the beauties is, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I was in your shoes, I'd be going, you know what, I don't have Jason Derulo's voice, or I don't have clearly Meghan Trainor's voice or whatever, so it'd be dope to be able to write a song for that person. What do you prefer?
I prefer writing for other people because it actually can push my music and I can turn my sound into something new. Whereas if I go in the studio and I'm like, I need to make a Charlie Puth record, I'm gonna get caught up in my own ways and only write for Charlie Puth. Marvin Gaye was supposed to be a CeeLo song. Like I was writing a song for CeeLo. Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. Like if you can imagine that. So I ended up, we were all unanimous, like, well, I sound really good on it, so it should be. And I never thought I would have a song like that. I don't know if I'll have another song like that, but that kind of, that soulful vibe is kind of how I got started. And it was all from, writing for somebody else.
Someone else. So how then did the whole, See You Again, that was, you had Sam Smith in mind. So how did that all transpire?
I was thinking of a melody that Sam would sing, and I wanted to make a song that Adele could sing too. And I think the story with that one is that the emotion was so present in my voice that it was so difficult. Even the artists themselves, I love the song, but you sound much better on it because you just have that. It's just that feeling. Sure. You can't really. I think Chris Brown cut it and he cried. He told me when he was recording it. Yeah.
Wow. What's cool about platforms like YouTube right now, obviously it's propelled you, but is that you can discover musicians, artists, producers, what have you, from all over the world. You're not just tied down to your city, your hometown, or country. So you're, in case in point, you can work with people from all over the world. Do you still plan on doing that? I mean, I know you've been working with a lot of big mainstream names, but what about other YouTubers? Have you got any favorites?
My favorite. I mean, I grew up with watching David Choi, who's another favorite artist of mine, and Kevin Wu. Everything from Kevin Wu Productions, and I love Smosh. I love Shane Dawson, Joey Graceffa. I could go on and on and on. I grew up literally with all these people, and we were all.
These are really the early YouTubers.
These are the early. I was. A lot of people know I was in that mix of I was making theme songs for Shane and theme songs for. I used to talk to David and ask for advice. I don't know if he remembers, but on the second album, I don't need huge names anymore. I would love to work if it comes along and it happens organically. That's great, but I don't need to get people's attention with huge names. I want to now kind of. I put the pop record out. I got the audience, and now it's time to be a little bit more artistic. Not that 9-track line wasn't artistic, but you can kind of be a little bit more creative if you know what I mean. So I love finding I remember when I found Space Ghost Perp, who you might not know, but he's this fantastic producer that worked a lot with the ASAP Mob and ASAP Rocky, and I love how everything was kind of distorted and grungy, and that was in 2012. So that lent to my production stylistically too.
I love how we're doing like these interviews, and you've been doing interviews loads. Correct me if I'm wrong. Going down the interview avenue here, your mom
My mom
was an MTV VJ. She was an original MTV VJ.
but she turned it down to raise me.
No kidding. So because I was just thinking to myself how trippy that might have been if like obviously maybe not now, but like
Yeah, she has an original jacket from
really does she
first
really?
MTV jacket,
No kidding.
vintage.
Yeah.
Very. My mom is just so cool and has always been cool like her whole life. Like my mom like wears like scrubs from like the hospital. Like she'll like go to hospitals and like just rock scrubs, cuff them up, and wear Adidas Sambas. And like my mom's always had so much swag.
Yeah.
And like she composed songs for my school as the school song, and she put talent shows together and filmed my whole life on VHS, which is how I got so with her video camera, which is how I got so obsessed with picking up a camera and making videos.
Yeah.
So I always ask her opinion on everything. When I put the We Don't Talk Anymore video out, she was like, "There's too many shots. We need to clean this up a little bit." And I was like, "Okay, that hurts because I spent a week on it, but I'm gonna take your advice." And her advice ended up being very good because the video has 15 million hits.
Yeah, man.
Almost a
Yeah.
week.
It's clear to say that your mom's one of, if not the biggest influence, as far as your music, your career, and just the avenue you've taken.
I just think my family overall. I mean, family plays a huge role.
Yeah.
Like in everything too. And without them and without my dad's initial investment to get me that piano for me to learn how to produce beats, like I probably wouldn't be here talking to you.
Asia Pop 40.